And from the exhaust I made mention of now. So after when you have checked and the exhaust is not that black in your finger like that, so you just come into the steering, and if you can find somebody to help you rev it and stay at the back of the car, notice and pay attention to the smoke coming out of the exhaust. Pay attention to the smoke coming out. I said they do wash the exhaust. If they wash the exhaust, there's no how another smoke will come out. And there's this liquid they sell in the supermarket, like if you pour the liquids to the engine oil, it stops smoking. So, and it stops smoking, it's just like sometimes, maximum a day. The following day, the smoke will come back again. So if they now use that just to stop the smoke for you to pay the money, so as you are revving the car, the smoke will be different to what it's supposed to bring. So don't just pay attention to any smoke coming out of the exhaust, except there is this light and white smoke. I think that one only comes in a cold weather. Here in Nigeria. So it's a very light white smoke. That one will even do you anything. Like if even the smoke enter you, it's not good. It's not good to perceive the smoke though. But even if the smoke mistakenly enter you, you still even feel anything, like your eyes will be purplish or something like that. So don't just pay attention to any smoke coming out from the exhaust. So leave that one aside. So then from there, you come to the steering again. So you check the steering rack. So you should be, after putting on the engine or the engine is steaming, you should be able to use your palm to turn the steering. Yes. So if you cannot turn the steering very well, like you need Anthony Joshua Mozu to turn steering, Baba, run. Yes. So because steering, aside from the steering rack, there's another thing called steering pump. That one, it depends on the car though. Start from 25k upward. That is the fuel pump. Not to even talk of the steering rack. So if you use your palm to turn the steering, you should be able to know that, okay, this steering is fine. The steering is fine. Then from there, you move to the brake system. So as you are standing, you should be able to just press the brake a little bit to know that, is this brake active enough? Okay, then from there, you move to the gear. So you are about to move now. You ask them to enter, anybody that want to go with you. But if you don't know how to drive, it's another topic for another day. But if you know how to drive, this thing no go even shake you at all. Okay, so if you get to the gear, put it to, still apply your brake, hold the brake down, put it to D, that is drive. So you must not hear any noise. If the gear is having problem, you will hear something like B. If you put it to, and even if you put it to D or put it to reverse, you hear B, meaning the gear is having problem, Baba, run. But if you put it to any of the components there and you do not hear any sound, meaning you are still progressing with the car. Okay, put it there, release your leg, let's start to move. So one gear, like you look for a free road around that area for you to count, because counting, if you accelerate a gear, it may not even give you any sign except when you're on the motion. And if you're on the motion like that is when the problem will come. So if you are moving, make sure you look for a straight road. You may even be driving from a street, so that one you just be paying attention to the legs, the brakes, all this. But the gear, you have to find this as well. So the gear must not take you more than 10 seconds before it change from a free road. The gear must not take you more than 10 seconds, maximum 12 seconds. Vroom, vroom. Then if you want to change like that, you must not hear any sound. Some gear that have issue like that, if you want to change it, vroom, it will do bam before changing to number 2. That means the gear is having problem. Baba, run. So then after that, you accelerate from vroom, vroom, you change to 2 normally, you change to 3 normally, the gear aspect have been sorted. Then after that, I talked about the this brake master. So many things in the car like that, you can still just calculate some little amount of from the braking system now. From the braking system, if you apply a brake and you are noticing some vibration from your leg or some funny noise, maybe from the legs of the car or from the engine or something like that, Baba, think twice. So, brake is even another thing entirely that you don't joke with. We are saying all this because these people may not tell you, simply because they need their money. And at the end of the day, if you pay it, you'll be the one to go and be facing all this. So it could have just been the best for you to have all this notice with you. And whenever you are going for inspection like that, you going with the mechanic is just like a plus. It's not as if it's the one that want to pass the car for you 100%. So aside from engine and gear, all of that thing, as from the AC, you just be like, you want to condemn the whole AC. If you're having complaints about their AC, you just have it at the back of your mind that you're going to condemn the whole AC, and you should be calculating something like 150, 180 to that, Then from there to the braking system, I think the brake master is about 25k, depends on your car. It's about 25k. So if you're having any error from the braking system, you just base it on the brake master. That is like, let me say 25k. Then from the legs, if you are hearing some noise, so the front shocks absorber is like 40k. Just base it like that. Then ball joint, tie rod here and there. Shaft is about 5k, 6k, up to 10k. Depends on the car. So all these things were just minor problem. But you have to have the awareness, so that if they are calling the car for like 2 million, 3 million, so you just do all those calculations within yourself, that all this thing I picked, this thing now is also amount, this thing now is also amount, this thing now is also amount. Then you just remove it out of the 2 million the person called the car, just an example. So if the person is cool by it, fine, good luck to you. Aside from the engine and gear, I said it. So if it's engine problem, don't just think twice, except you want to book 400k for the engine. And the car that use engine to the level where the engine is having problem, what did you think will happen to the gear? Because everything came together. Then aside from the gear, the other components. And if the person is reducing 400k, then what about the gear? Are you buying the gear? Are you buying the whole legs? Are you buying all the back lining? So if it's engine problem in a car, alaye, run. Don't just reason them. But if it's the other thing, so that's just that. Then about the legs, like I said, the front can serve as the front like 40k. You'll be able to get that. Then the two backs is about 30k. Depends. So Corolla from 2002 down to 2008 to 2010 as well. So that is that. You should be able to know all this, and you get yourself away from all this shock and all these depressions. Because mechanic in Lagos, they are only looking for what to eat. They are not here to help anybody. And they are contributing more to the problem of our land. And this goes to we that we want to sell our car as well. Please. There's no big deal. You are the one using this car. Maybe you want to sell the car because of one or two reasons. Please, state the reason there. You will see it in the write-up, like the engine is untouched. Kinikon, it's 2 years use, it's 3 years use, it's this, and some people will not even tell you, some people will tell you few months used. But don't just argue with them. If they are ready to change, fine. If they are not ready to change, you just have all this at the back of your mind and make sure that you make use of them. All these tips. If you make use of it, there's no how you will fall into their trap. And if you see the car like that, irrespective of the location, don't just mind. The transportation you use down there will not even be enough for the stress you are going to face tomorrow if you buy that kind of car. So just go back to your house. You will definitely see, because there are a lot of people, there are a lot of scenarios that make people want to sell their cars in Nigerian used car now. So there are some people that they want to travel out. Yes. And there are some people that they just feel like, I want to upgrade myself. And there are some people that got promotion from working place and they will be like, my wife is driving one, me, I'm driving one. I said, they're not giving me this one again, making 3. I can't keep the whole 3. Let me just sell one. So there are a lot of issues that can make people that I want to sell my car. But if you have all this mindset, all these tips in you,